Now, what are some things that Ireland is known for? Drinking, Irish dancing, drinking, Conor McGregor, drinking. What they're not known for is their professional football leagues, and that shows when you take a look at FIFA 23's ratings. Year in, year out, the Irish top flight provides some of the worst teams on the entirety of the game, and without question, some of the worst footballers that we've seen in a while. But truly, how bad is Irish football? Because I've seen clips for FTW and it doesn't seem all that shocking. Well, today we're going to take one lucky Irish team, UCD Dublin. We're going to inject some funds into them and see how they do on the Premier League stage. It's going to be £2 billion in total, which you may have seen from my Wrexham video about a month ago. We're going to leave one player in the starting 11 and see how they do across multiple seasons in the Prem. Now, if you're going to enjoy this video, feel free to slap a like on it and of course subscribe if you are new to the channel. But let's get into things. First of all, we've got to check out this squad because, oh my goodness me. Healy in goal, 55 rated. He hasn't got a single attribute on his goalkeeping there that's above 60. This is the level we are dealing with here. We got non-rare bronzes on the table. Done at right back. You are done for. We collectively are done. Cal Freezy's playing at defensive mid. Our best player is 58 rated. We might actually be in the bin here. The bench is criminal. Lando Norris probably puts in a better shift at left midfielder here. The best player is in the reserves. Whelan, why are you not on the pitch, sunshine? I mean, I say that. Look, the guy's got 2-star skill moves, 69 stamina. Make of that what you will. This is gonna be a long day. We're gonna leave the changes as they are, but this team needs a bit of development, shall we say. Are any of them even young? Okay, a few of these players, I mean, look, listen, 19-year-old, 55 rated. This guy's got potential. Who's actually got the best potential in this team? That's what I'm checking. There's a couple guys with 68. There's a couple of Dons who, providing they hit the peak of their careers, may become silvers. Roy Keane would have some stern words for an Irish squad this bad. Now, as I said, this squad needs some serious changes, and as things stand at the moment, the current budget here is 2 million. But as you can see now, things have changed a little bit. A dodgy investor whose money comes from offshore tax havens, as well as a Bet365 account linked to Ivan Toney, has now invested in UCD AFC. Okay, the first thing we've got to do, the name needs to roll off the tongue. I can't be sounding like I'm about to spit the entire alphabet when I say this name out loud. So that's the first thing we're gonna do with the money. We're gonna rebrand everything. We're gonna work out what the letters actually mean for that. But in the meantime, whilst that's all going on, we're gonna make some signings. And one thing we're gonna have to do, I think, is try and weaken the teams around us, because to be honest with you, this is gonna be a hard job. Fighting for our lives in the Prem is gonna be a really difficult ask. So who better to try and grab than the best player in the league? No, not you, Joe. I'm sorry. We're going for the main man himself. Erling Haaland has been tearing up the Prem in real life this season, and I would like a bit of that CPU usage in my life. The human calculator, the man who honestly might be 50% DVD, needs to be signed by UCD. Pep Guardiola's in the room with his freshly knitted Zara cardigan, and we are ready to go. Pep sits down, asks what formation we're gonna run. With the manager that we've got here, he doesn't know about tactics, but look at this, look at his trim. That is a man who's never heard of gegenpressing in his life. We're gonna offer a little 110 million to Erling Haaland and Pep Guardiola here. Pep, I can explain. I will get you an appointment at a Turkish hair salon and we'll call it a day. That's probably going to be a better offer for him. We're going to have to wait for Erling. Now, if we can't get Erling Haaland, who's slapping it up and making the Premier League look like a Farmers League, what we can do is get a man actually playing in a Farmers League. Erik ten Hag has sat down. I'm unfortunately using perhaps the oldest update of this game imaginable, and Ronaldo is still at Manchester United, which is why he's still still viable. We are going to go in. We're going to just slap a cheeky 40 million down on the table. It's actually mad because we could have just got him for free if we just waited for him to run down the tunnel.
This guy is not even a coach.
But instead, no, we're spending 40 mil on Big Ron. There's genuinely university students in our starting 11 right now, and I can wholeheartedly say it's better than Al Nassr's squad. All right, Big Ron's in the room. That doesn't... Oh, no, there he is. Okay, this is Big Ron. That doesn't look like Ronaldo's agent. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Right, okay, I mean, realistically, he's going to be a crucial first-team player. Ron, don't worry. I can offer your child a place, your eldest son a place in our youth team if you want to overwork him by making him do 70 sit-ups an hour. We can also facilitate that. We'll take down all the Lionel Messi posters around the ground. We won't even allow the mention of him, just to ensure that you feel comfortable signing for this club. Even free earrings. We'll throw everything in, boss. All right, he wants no release clause. That's fine. He's on a 2-year contract. Let's sort out the wages. He's on 190k now. Let's give him... Okay, that's 200 million. Let's not do that. Let's give him 200k now. We'll give him a cheeky 1 million signing bonus and see what kicks off here. That's a reasonable offer. Big Ron is a UCD player. The friction between himself and Erik ten Hag was plain to see when he left Carrington for the final time.
I didn't call you Baldy.
But as you can see, he's in our training facilities now. Judging from that interview with Piers Morgan, our training facilities are probably more state-of-the-art than United's these days. Big Ron, welcome to the club, mate.
Muchas gracias, afición. Este para vosotros.
He seems slightly better than Whelan, our star striker right now. I've decided, ladies and gentlemen, that already this squad doesn't quite have enough chaos in it. I don't care if we're going to end up with 3 strikers. We need Darwin Núñez at this football club. Jurgen Klopp is happy to get rid of a man that terrorizes the dinner ladies on his break. Darwin Núñez, one of the most chaotic individuals of all time. And I'm honoured to say that he's going to be, hopefully, our second signing here. If anything, we're just bringing him in to rugby tackle people on the substitutes bench when we need to. He's the type of man to walk into this restaurant and order a Stella Artois. I need that sort of energy at UCD right now. We got 1.8 billion pounds left to make this a reality. Gonna give him a 2-year contract, sweet as, we love that. He only wants 64k. I mean, listen, Darwin, he's even chaotic in his negotiations. What are you talking about? You're on like 200 grand a week in real life. To be honest, mate, I've seen some of your erratic finishing. Maybe that's all you're worth. Darwin Núñez is a UCD player as well. I can't wait for him to come in and Batista bomb the physio during his medical. This man is an animal. He meets up with Cristiano Ronaldo, puts him in a headlock off camera, and we are ready to go. I might just create the most ridiculous team here, lads. This might become a Chaos Baller squad, but it needs some kind of work ethic in the middle of the park. I've decided to call upon recently unemployed Graham Potter, and before he's kicked out of the door by Todd Boehly, take one of his 48 players off his hands. N'Golo Kante is our next target. Now, this bean of an individual may have been injured for the last 2 seasons, but that's not gonna stop me making an offer. I know Potter might be the magician, but I'm hoping to secure a disappearing act of Kante out of his squad. And he's accepted my £66 million offer. Graham, that's why you got sacked, son. One man that's going to partner him in midfield is someone that we've not signed before on this channel, right? And I heard Barcelona need quite a significant sum of money. If this was winning the league with the poorest team in the world, then obviously, yeah, I'd get Barcelona on the phone. But instead, we're going to be signing someone from them, injecting £100 million into that football club and giving Xavi the money he desperately needs before he utilizes all of it to sign Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting on a 6-year deal. They want 134 million. I don't know how I feel about it, but then again, we are extremely rich, ladies and gentlemen. Pedri, welcome to the club. But you didn't think I was gonna end there with the chaos. Come on, lads. Because what's one thing that every functioning football club needs in its canteen? That is right, a fridge, ladies and gents. We are about to purchase something to store your cool goods in for approximately £22 million. Harry Maguire and Darwin Núñez in the same football club. Could you imagine the Twitter engagements? We're about to gain 100,000 followers off these two signings alone. This is gonna be crazy, right? 22 million. I'm slapping that down on the table. Realistically, I could offer £6.50 and they would probably accept it. Eric, we want to buy your Bosch smart fridge off you. He wants an extra million. I'm willing to give it to him. Harry Maguire enters as the first jigsaw piece of our centre-back partnership. And he still doesn't fit in, even though he's the first piece to be put down on the table. One man that's going to provide a bit more stability in that centre-back partnership is Milan Skriniar, a man whose contract is up at the end of the season, hence the reason we're signing him for £60 million. The Inter man, 27 years of age, 86 overall, should provide Harry Maguire with that capability, that defensive prowess next to him that's going to help him flourish into an unbelievable fridge. Let's talk wages here, son. You're going to get 200k, you're going to get £1 million as a signing bonus. It's the same offer we gave to Ronaldo, and he's happy with it as well. Milan Skriniar and Harry Maguire, that woman's hair is glowing in the dark, son. Get her on the team at left back. We can just blind the opponent's winger. Next up, we're heading over to Real Madrid. We got Carlo Ancelotti and his fierce eyebrow in the room, and we're talking about, he's even lifting it now, bruv. Either way, we are gonna try and sign Fede Valverde, another chaos baller realistically, and one that, should things go wrong, should, you know, players from the opponent start getting a little bit brave, we've got someone to beat them down in the car park. He wants £72 million. We're gonna pay it. You know the score. Fede Valverde will be that final piece in the centre mid puzzle. Harry Maguire's made it into the facilities there. The coach says you must be the janitor. Ladies and gentlemen, the final piece of the jigsaw is walking through the door. Erling Haaland has been reconvinced to join the mighty UCD. Had absolutely nothing to do with the £2 billion that we were able to give to him. Erling Haaland in an Irish Premier League shirt. Whoever thought they would see that? UCD Dublin has acquired the machine himself. And here is the team then. Whelan, I'm sorry, I'm wheeling you out of the team. Thank you very much. He's out, I'm afraid. Erling Haaland here, down at the bottom, will be in. We've also brought in David De Gea to go in between the sticks, and Jules Koundé will be playing out on the right-hand side of defence. Unfortunately, N'Golo Kante is going to have to prove to me that he can form a podcast before he gets in over Cal Freezy. And then obviously down the left-hand side is where we will have our one UCD homegrown player. We've got Osam here at left back. He is going to be starting, and that is the squad that we will be using for this season. Now we're going to sim the whole of this year, see how this team does. We'll maybe join back for the final game of the season if there's something to play for, but I want to know what you guys think this team can do down in the comments section, and where you think they're going to finish up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is not how I foresaw. This isn't great, I'll be honest with you. I'm slightly confused, to be honest with you, because we've built a good team. Like, if you look at the goal, like David De Gea, one of the best goalkeepers for rating, 89 rated Erling Haaland with Pedri and Valverde behind him. Yeah, look, don't get it twisted. I know Harry Maguire is in the starting 11, but we should still not be 12th in the league, for God's sake. Every single player is 82 or above, and most of them are above 85. How are we behind Leeds? You must be out of your mind if you think that our squad is worse than Junior Firpo. We're being beaten by a fight and win merchant in Jesse Marsh. I can understand Newcastle, I can understand some of the top six, but we should definitely be fighting for Europe with this squad. That is appalling. Listen, at the end of the day, we've spent half of the money that we were given at the start of this video. We had 2 billion, we've spent 1 billion, and I think we're gonna have to go into a second season here and spend a little bit more. I'll be honest, one problem that we probably have is the fact that we've got no depth whatsoever. If any of our starting 11 players get injured, they're getting replaced by someone who's like 52 overall. So we will bring in 1 or 2 players, especially in our front line, I think, that are gonna mean we basically don't even need the backups that we've got right now. Listen, lads, I don't think you lot understand. I'm not here to take the piss. I'm bringing Jurgen Klopp back into my badly designed office, and I am signing his best centre-back. Virgil van Dijk might have been better at washing the dishes this season than he has been out on the pitch in real real life. But that is not going to stop me from signing the 90 overall centre-back in this save. I want him. I need him. The sexual tension is apparently at 50% according to that at the top right. So without any further ado, I don't want this video to get demonetized. So for that, I'm going to have to bow down to Jurgen Klopp's demands. Hopefully there's no like BDSM clause in the contract. I don't know. Either way, we have got an agreement sorted for the big, tall Dutchman. Now we've just got to make sure we give him the right contract. But Virgil van Dijk, listen, you're going to be a crucial first teamer. Harry Maguire, I never heard of him, bro. We want a 3-year contract, boss. They're happy with that. Get the release clause out of there. Let's talk a contract. He's on roughly 200k now. We're just going to give that 1 million as a bonus again, like we did with Ronaldo. That's a reasonable offer. Virgil van Dijk is in. And now the final of the big guns. At left wing, we've got Cristiano Ronaldo right now. A man whose pace is only going to be decreasing as he reaches 38 years of age now. He's going down in terms of overall. He's going down in terms of his physicals. He might need replacing for season 2. And I've got the perfect man for the job. Kylian Mbappe, arguably the best player in the game. I told you, we're not here to take the piss. UCD have got serious USD. Okay, we've got dollars for days. And we are going to bring Kylian Mbappe into this football club for probably 200 million. And it's a reasonable offer. PSG are idiots. We are going to be bringing in Kylian Mbappe, hopefully. So let's sit this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle of a man down and get to business. Kylian, I will be honest, you're the best player in the world. You're going to be a crucial first team player. We're going to accept that. We're going to give him a 4-year deal. And he only wants 145k a week. I mean, at PSG was demanding 70% ownership of the club. So 145k for me is absolutely fine. Kylian, welcome aboard. We've got a new star player on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Kylian Mbappe is into the club, and he comes in now at left wing to make that position his own. Cristiano Ronaldo, I'm sorry you're gonna have to sit on the bench, but you were used to that back at United anyway. Now though, it is time for season number 2. We finished down in the mid-table in our opening campaign. For this second and final season, how well can we do? We got Haaland at 90 rated. We got Mbappe alongside him now. The likes of Valverde, Pedri and Koundé have all improved, and now Virgil van Dijk at the back as well. Surely this squad has at least got a challenge for Europe, if not the Premier League title. These lot are useless. You must be out of your mind. We've got 3 games to go. We're 8th in the league. Bruv, I've spent 200 million on Mbappe, 100 million on Virgil van Dijk, and we're 8th in the league. To be fair, Virgil van Dijk being mid-table is pretty realistic, actually. What we are, though, is in the final of the FA Cup against Manchester United. At the very least, surely we can try and get something out of that, even if our league form is disastrous. We're going to slap this one down to play highlights, and we're going to try and win ourselves, at the very least, some kind of silverware. Here we go, ladies and gents. UCD step out onto that Wembley turf. That goalkeeper's kit looked like a Tango Ice Blast, but either way, we're ready to go. Erling Haaland gets things kicked off, and now it is time for our first highlight of the game. It's a crossing opportunity, but you must be sick if you think Pedri's going to put this in right now. It's into the centre for Darwin Núñez. That's that chaos ball mentality. And look at this. Just a few minutes later, we've got ourselves a penalty. Kylian Mbappe is going to step up. An all-important pen to hopefully win UCD some silverware. Kylian Mbappe converts from the spot. The man that we've spent 200 million pounds on, 10% of our budget for this video, grabs himself an all-important goal, even if he might have underperformed in the league. Now, United are coming forward with Casemiro, a man I genuinely considered signing till I found out he'd had a nose job. Here we go again. United with plenty of counter-attacks. It's easy to see the style that they brought into this game, the tactic, but they need to go more attacking, realistically. They're losing 1-0 with 20 minutes to go. Anthony, the Beyblade himself, has broken free from our default left back. It's back towards Casemiro. What a block. See, if he'd had his normal nose, he maybe would have scored. Well, I tell you what, this might... No, never mind. Why is O'Brien on the pitch? Who's made the substitutions? Oh, United have got an attack here, and it looks like a dangerous one. What is the positioning? Oh, it's a power shot, but it's wide from United. And that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, we survive a late onslaught to, at the very least in this video, claim ourselves some FA Cup silverware. Dean Henderson looks devastated. Kylian Mbappe is joyful. The players then celebrate as they're about to lift that FA Cup, that famous FA Cup trophy. The magic of it all. It's so magical that a club not even from England has managed to win it. Milan Skriniar walks up. He's ready to lift the trophy aloft. And with De Gea, Ronaldo, Haaland and co behind him, UCD are FA Cup champions. And what a way to end the league season, by losing to Nottingham Forest. And with that, all of our hopes of European football were dashed. Instead, we finished 9th in the league. We end the season with 50 points, a -1 goal difference. We spent over £1 billion on this team. That is absolutely outrageous from this football club. Manchester City have won the league though. I mean, we probably spent more than them, and that says a lot. Of course, we won the FA Cup with that 1-0 win over United, but weren't present in the final of the Carabao Cup, instead going out in the semis to Man City. And obviously, we weren't involved in European competition, but we might as well see what happened anyway. Man City are facing off against Real in the Champions League final. We didn't even qualify for the Conference League. That's how bad things are. Kylian Mbappe won't be in a competition that Trabzonspor got to the final of. And finally, if you're wondering about the squad, how well everyone did, Kylian Mbappe may be one player who can hold his head up high, to be honest with you, with 25 goals in all comps. Though realistically, with the team around him, probably should be grabbing even more than that. Darwin Núñez got himself 22 in all comps as well, the ultimate chaos baller. Erling Haaland only played 11 games. Maybe part of the reason why we didn't do that well is because we couldn't get all these players into one team. And in terms of assists, Pedri gets the most there with 10 in total. But, I mean, that's a pretty shocking... He got an average rating of 6.25 in the league. A lot of players here. Why did Danny Norris play 12 games? Why did Cal Freezy play 25? Wrap the video up. That then is what happens when you apply £2 billion to the worst team in the game. Even with all that firepower, even with all that quality, you still can't even qualify for Europe. Though technically we did with our FA Cup win, but we couldn't even do it in the league. That is how bad this squad seems to be. Let me know if you managed to do any better trying this yourselves at home. But if you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed seeing this team be built, then feel free to slap a like on it and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And let me know what other challenges I can try with this game. You can also follow me on social media. It is at @theofficialfng on Twitter and on Insta. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
You are